1-800-454-1197. Call now.
This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey guys, what's going on today? And I say guys, hey girls too. Hey beautiful people. Hey, it is Thursday afternoon. It's March 23rd. We are in the 7 Mile Casino Studios, Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. And if you're just getting with us, we were talking about how the Padres, according to ESPN, have 6 of the top 100 players in all of baseball. And I've actually been thinking to myself for a while, like, when was the last time the Padres had anywhere near? I don't know, man. I would have to go back year after year after year and say, okay, maybe Manny and Tatis a year ago coming into the season, maybe those two guys. But to have 6 guys on the top 100 list, Alex, you tell me, does anybody else in baseball have more than 6?
Oh, that's a great question. I'd have to see a full breakdown.
Yeah.
Which I can do. Let me look it up. I'll let you know.
Because, I mean, think about the Dodgers, for example. I mean, if you're the Dodgers, you have Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Julio Urias, Clayton Kershaw. I don't know if Kershaw makes the list, but I mean, those are 4 guys. I guess Will Smith, the catcher, those are 5 guys off the top of my head that could all be on the list for the Dodgers. When I think about the Phillies, you know, you've got Bryce Harper, who's kind of always hurt. Now you got Trey Turner. So I'm just thinking about guys. And then, you know, if I think about the Mets, you know, you got some guys there that have all, and they just had a big injury, obviously, in the World Baseball Classic. But, you know, the Mets have made so many moves and spent so much money. So I'm just kind of thinking to myself, is there anybody in Major League Baseball that has more than 6? Because the Padres do have 6.
Right.
I
have to look it up. They didn't break it down by team.
Okay, but here's the 6 that the Padres have, and we'll put this up on the screen for you, for those of you that are watching. 4th best player in baseball, Manny Machado. 6th best player in baseball, Juan Soto. So the Padres have 2 in the top 10. Amazing. We'll talk about that in a second. Fernando Tatis at number 25. Hey, by the way, if he played last year and he played up to his standard, he'd be in the top 10.
Top 5.
Perhaps. Xander Bogaerts at 28. I would have to just say this. His time in Boston, not on my radar. So we'll find out how good Xander Bogaerts is. The numbers can tell us, you know, what we see, but and then it just keeps going on. 78 now. You drop from 28 where Bogaerts is, so you've got the 4 position players for the Padres. You get to 78, you got Joe Musgrove, and 2 spots later, you've got Yu Darvish. Padres have, and honestly,
some would probably argue that you should have Josh Hader in there too.
Yep.
I mean, I know he had a struggle. He had a struggle before he got to San Diego. Started off shaky, but I mean, as a career, if you're going to put Tatis in there, then Josh Hader should be in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good call. I mean, it could have been that the Padres would have had 7 if Hader was in it, but for whatever reason, he got excluded. But let's go to the top 10 though, because you've got Manny Machado at 4 and Juan Soto at 6. And let me just ask you guys: do you think Juan Soto is rated kind of high?
No. I think he's better than Freddie Freeman.
I find it fascinating because he's an interesting case study because he had the worst year of his career and he still had an above 400 on base percentage and still won a Silver Slugger award. So, yeah, was he at his optimum? No. Was he still really good? Yes. Very
all right,
good.
So go back up to that list. Put that back up on the screen. Top 10 in all of baseball. Number 1 player in baseball. I don't think this is a big surprise to anybody, is it? Shohei Ohtani. If I were Artie Moreno, the owner of the Angels, I would have tried to trade him yesterday. I mean, his value, right? Like he was
will never be higher.
Right. He
was never
so
be
hot.
higher.
He wasn't just so hot because of the way he pitched against Mike Trout. It was like the international iconic moment of that World Baseball Classic. Like he's more valuable to the Yankees or the Dodgers as a brand than he is just as an insane player. All right. So Ohtani's number 1, Trout's number 2. Come on, Angels. You can't have the 2 best players in baseball and be this crappy. Is anybody going to do anything with Anaheim this year? Third best player in baseball, according to ESPN, Aaron Judge. Number 4, Manny Machado. Number 5, Freddie Freeman. Number 6, Juan Soto. Number 7, Julio Rodriguez. Number 8, Trey Turner. Number 9, Mookie Betts. And number 10, Nolan Arenado. Padres have 2 in the top 10. Angels have the top 2 in the top 10. And the Dodgers have 2 in the top 10. 6 of the top 10 players in all of Major League Baseball play between San Diego, Anaheim, and LA. I mean, it's a good time to be a baseball fan in Southern California. And man, would it be a good time for the Angels to get in the game. You got the Dodgers and the Padres, both with championship aspirations, and you're the Angels and you got the 2 best players on the planet. Now would be a good time to get in the game, guys. And I'm rooting for Phil Nevin, their manager.
Good luck with that. Good luck with all that. I don't know how Mike Trout is number 2. He's been hurt, and now he has a back injury that they say won't go away. So he's going to have to manage it. So if this is what they've all done up to this point, okay, I get it. If any of the going forward is part of this, he definitely shouldn't be in the top 5.
Well, I mean, you don't see a guy like Bryce Harper in the top 10.
Which is baffling to me, but okay.
Yeah, but he's always hurt. I mean, last year he couldn't even throw the ball. He could only hit.
That's true, but he's won more than Mike Trout has in his career.
That's also true. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
So, Alex, I don't know if you, while I was kind of rambling,
it's hard to count while you guys are talking. I'm like so distracted. I think the Dodgers, for sure, they have 5. The Freeman, Betts, Urias, Kershaw, and Will Smith.
Okay, so I named those 5. Like, those were off the top of my head. Okay.
Yeah.
How about the Phillies? Can you find, like, Trey Turner's on this list in the top 10?
Well, I'm seeing a lot of Astros, so let me go through the Astros list, so I'll get back to you.
Okay, I'll get back to me.
The Astros just added they added Abreu from the White Sox. That might put them at 6.
Yeah. That's a big signing by them.
Well, I can't ever remember a time in 22 years of being on the radio in San Diego. I can never remember a time where the Padres could have 6 guys in the top 100, let alone 2 guys in the top 10. I mean,
and again, it would have been 3. It would have been 3 if the other one would have been able to play. So
Probably.
The Astros have 8 in the top 100.
Can you tell us who they are, or can you not?
Yordan Alvarez,
Mm-hmm.
Jose Altuve, Framber Valdez, Kyle Tucker, Alex Bregman, Jose Abreu, Christian Javier, and Jeremy Pena. Okay. 8 guys.
3 of those dudes.
Okay.
So,
I mean, this is your defending World Series champions that
right.
made light work of the Phillies. So
yeah. How about the Mets? What do the Mets have? I'm curious about the Mets.
I'm just going off
based on the
Twitter,
money they
hoping
spent.
that they did this. Somebody tweeted the Astros, and I was like, nice. Nobody's tweeted about the Dodgers. So
Padres, though, I'm telling you, this is you talk about excitement. 6 guys in the top 10 or in the top 100. 6 guys.
The Mets have 7.
7. Okay, let's hear who the Mets have. And you can take. Is Edwin Diaz on there?
No.
Oh, okay.
No love for the closers, I guess.
Gotcha.
Francisco Lindor, Justin Verlander, Max Scherzer, Pete Alonso, Jeff McNeil, Brandon Nimmo, and Starling Marte.
Wow.
The Yankees have 4. Aaron Judge, Garrett Cole, Carlos Rodon, and Nestor Cortez.
Okay.
Sorry.
Could you stop after 3?
I started thinking about mustaches in the middle of that because I saw Nestor Cortez. I was like, he's got a great mustache. And Browner still has one too. So
yeah.
But still, I think if you rewind to how about this? The Padres announced that their new Hall of Fame class. You saw this yesterday? It's going to be Jake Peavy and John Moores. When was John Moores the
Wait a second. John Moores is becoming a Padres Hall of Famer?
Yes.
For what?
That's exactly kind of where I was going with. Did he create Petco maybe? Did he help build Petco?
Yeah, John Moores was the owner of the team, and he hired Larry Lucchino to be the CEO of the team, and that's how Petco Park was built. So, okay, I can buy that.
That's the only thing that I was thinking of. But I mean, the Padres. When was he the owner of the Padres?
He was the owner of the Padres before the current group that is led by Seidler, that had Ron,
Fowler.
which he was sort of the face guy before that. What happened is Moores essentially sold the team to Jeff Morad, the former agent. Morad came over here from Arizona and ran all around town, kissing any ass he could find to try and raise money to buy the team. Ultimately, Morad took over the operations of the team, but John Moores, being the smart business guy that he was, said, wait a second, hold on. I was selling it to him for $400 million. He never really came up with the money, even though he took over the operations. So Jerry Reinsdorf, who was the owner of the White Sox, who hated Morad because they were on the opposite side when Morad was an agent, they blocked the sale. Okay. By blocking the sale, Moores was able to take back the Padres. And you know what he sold the Padres for thereafter? Twice what he was selling it to Morad.
Yeah.
Morad was getting it for $400 million. They blocked the sale. Moores sold it to the Fowler Seidler group for $800 million. So when you think that it was blocked because Reinsdorf didn't like Morad, no, it was because Moores was going, hey guys, block this sale. I make twice as much. Everybody's franchise is going to go up in value. That's what they did.
So my
John Moores
point
is
of
the same
bringing,
guy. John Moores, just so I can make this, because I'm bitter towards John Moores. You guys know who owned 1090 when 1090 went off the air?
we do. Do
Yes,
people know?
John Moores. John Moores was
do
the
we?
owner. I'm telling you right now, John Moores was the owner. Okay. So for everybody that got screwed over, the day I went and I sat down with his people and I said, here's my contract. Here's what you guys owe me. They paid me 10%. And I said, you mean to tell me that a billionaire like John Moores doesn't have the courtesy and the class to just pay out what he owes me? You're going to screw me here for 10%? But I guess that's how you become a billionaire.
So my point in bringing him up.
Oh, sorry.
And,
It wasn't to get me all upset.
No, I knew that. I
did.
knew exactly who was inducted to the Hall or elected to the Hall of Fame yesterday. I was just trying to breeze by it. But anyways,
Okay.
he was the owner from 94 to 2012. And my point of bringing it up was just imagine in 2012, when you look at the roster, how many top 100 players would the Padres have had in 2012?
Mm.
And
Zero?
I just pulled it up while you were ranting and exuding your bitterness towards him.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Hundley, Yonder Alonso, Logan Forsythe, Everett Cabrera, Chase Headley, Carlos Quentin, remember him?
Yep.
Cameron Maben, and Will Venable was your starting 9.
I mean, Cameron Maben was a pretty good player. I don't know if he's top 100.
Was he top 100? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I did sit next to his father one time during a baseball game, and that was very awkward because we were talking trash about Cameron Maben. He goes, "Yo, that's my son," and I was like, "Dude, I love him. These guys don't know what they're talking about." And your starting pitchers were Clayton Richard, I believe he was the opening day starter. Clayton Richard, Edinson Volquez, Jason Marquis, Anthony Bass, Corey Lupke, Case Kelly, Joe Weiland, Andrew Kashner was around.
Andrew Kashner.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. Houston
that
Street.
Was the Padres.
He would have been a top 100. No, but they don't like closers. Maybe not. So
hey, listen,
remember
that's
the Padres were the closer. That was our all-star. Was the closer.
Right. From Trevor to Heath to whoever else. That's right. All right. Well, hey, look, congratulations. The Padres now today is the 23rd. We are 1 week away from opening day at Petco Park. And stay in touch with us.
Machado.
You're surprised that Manny Machado is so high at number 4?
I was surprised by the respect of placing him at number 4.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the top 3 and then you see Manny Machado in San Diego, I think we are very aware of how good he is and how he carried this team last year for a stretch of time. But to see those 3 names and then Manny Machado, I was very surprised by the respect given to him.
Yep. Ohtani, Trout, Aaron Judge, and then Machado is the number 4 player in all of Major League Baseball. Damn impressive.
Here's another question. If Aaron Judge doesn't set the home run record last year, is he 3?
No.
So, and that's what I'm telling you. Tatis, if he would have played last year, would have been higher. And if things would have gone different for Aaron Judge, Manny would be 3rd.
Possible.
Freddie Freeman was really high.
I did too. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I was really high.
Well, let me do this. Let me say that Browner is going to
He cried what, a
Browner.
dozen times in the first
Yeah,
month of the
I
season?
left Atlanta. It's so sad. I don't like it here.
The weather's too nice in LA. I want to go back to muggy Atlanta.
And then he talked a lot this in the preseason here, about what did the Padres accomplish? It's like,
Oh yeah.
I mean, you guys had
Slow down,
111
buddy.
wins.
Right.
Yeah. All right, let me do this. Browner says he's gonna shave / trim his mustache, and he's gonna prove to us that by Monday, 3 days, all right, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, like 4 days.
4 days.
By Monday, this stash is going to be back. He says that the reason the stash is on his face is because it grows so fast. I say nonsense. I say that the reason it's on his face is because the man loves his mustache and he criticizes everybody else's mustache. So we're going to see if it's really a grow back sort of a thing, or if it's a I'm intentionally growing it sort of a thing. Browner's shaving here in a matter of moments. That's super exciting for everybody.
Imagine listening to that. Ooh,
Right? Can you
there goes
imagine everybody
Brown.
who's like
Can you
driving around right now going, "Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Can
What?"
you
Yeah.
Kevin Harlan play him buzzing his
Yeah.
mustache?
I'll
That's
try.
probably the
I'll
only
try.
good way of, you know,
I
showing the
saw
radio audience
I
what's
saw
happening.
I saw Kevin Harlan doing a story the other day that he was upset with CBS because I guess during the Fairleigh Dickinson win over who they knock out, who they who did they beat?
FAU.
Fairleigh Dickinson.
Oh,
Who?
Purdue.
Purdue, number one, right. So a 16 over a one. And I guess, you know how nowadays they do like like announcer cam, where like it must be a camera sitting on the table watching the announcer freak out while calling the game. I guess Harlan didn't know. And he said, I was very uncomfortable. I'm not happy about this at all. And I don't know if it's because they've turned him into the story, which is, old schoolers are like, don't make me the story. But I don't know if anybody read that article, but I guess Harlan was pretty vocal publicly about not being happy with CBS for doing that. So,
Interesting.
all right. Hey, before we get to it, Alex, tell everybody where we are with iThrive and how much weight you've lost so far.
What's the math? Almost 44 pounds, like 0.1 away. Maybe if I didn't have that pineapple last night, I would have been there. But yeah, I thrive. 44 pounds. I don't know how long it's been now, but I feel great and it's working. And I took the injection yesterday, so it's been fantastic, Scott.
You say you don't know how long it's been, but your wedding was in November. So I got to say it was well before the wedding. I think it was early October. So just figure it
Yeah.
like this: October, November, December, January, February, March. We're 6 months into this now. My
Mhm.
man has lost 44 pounds. Now, if you want to do the same thing, all you have to do is call this number, 858-240-1497, 858-240-1497. Make an appointment, go in, have your blood work done, make sure you're a candidate for this medication, and get on the iThrive Lean program. Alex has lost 44 pounds in 6 months. The first 2 months, you save $200 per month. You know what? Make it easy. Go to kaplanandcrew.com, click on iThrive, read about the iThrive Lean program. And I know a lot of you guys make a resolution at the beginning of the year. I'm going to lose weight. And now here we are in late March and you haven't. You can. iThrive Lean. It seems like everybody's using this product. All the celebrities are using it because it's FDA approved. It's guaranteed to help you lose weight. And, you're saving $200 a month for the first 2 months, but it's all there. Go to kaplanandcrew.com and learn more about iThrive Lean. All right, Browner. I want to see this thing get shaved really close. I want it down to the skin, man. Because I can't believe you don't use a razor. You don't shave. You use a buzzer on your face.
Yeah, what's wrong? I don't really see what's wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. No judgment, bruh. No judgment, fam.
Bruh.
All right.
Yeah, no judgment, bruh.
All right.
All right, here
All
comes
right.
Browner. Now Browner's.
right now. Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. And
You got
while
2
you're getting
minutes. Yeah, I
ready,
can't imagine that it takes much longer than that.
yeah, and while you're getting ready, let me just tell everybody.
The
He's
gloves.
putting on his surgical gloves.
The gloves.
Oy vey. Don't forget about the Brown Facts competition. The Brown Facts competition is happening. We need your votes. You can go to our website and you can vote. You can go to Sided and vote. You can go to Twitter. You can go to oh my God, he's got gloves on both hands. You put gloves on when you trim your mustache?
You watching
This
it right
is
here.
so weird, dude.
It is a little strange, in
Why?
my opinion. Well, because neither of us do this. Neither of us wear surgical gloves to shave our mustache, and neither of us I use shaving cream and a razor.
Oh, he's going to get all over his hoodie. But he's wearing gloves.
Here's Browner, 6'7" tall. He's put on the blue surgical gloves. He's now taken out, it looks like a belt high snap. He's taken out the Manscaped 3.0, and he's now trimming off the stash. The left side looks to be completely off. Now he's moved over to the right. Browner is now making a face into the mirror as he's extending his lip downward.
This is the dumbest thing we've ever done.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That's it.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's gone.
That's
Just like
it.
that. How long did that take?
Couple
30
seconds.
But
30
it took
Why
longer
do
for
you
the
need
gloves to come on.
Yeah, why do you need the surgical gloves? I don't get it.
What's wrong with that?
No, there's nothing wrong. I'm asking, like, what are you worried about infecting yourself?
Safety first, bro. Safety first. What's wrong with that? You got to protect yourself.
But what are you
Sometimes-
protecting? Your hands? Are you protecting your what is it you're protecting, bruh?
You got to make sure that you are sterilized and everything is,
Where'd all that hair go?
operating.
It's on the counter now?
No, it's in a I had this in my lap the whole time preparing for said.
That big ass towel for
You're
like six strands of
real
hair.
barbershop, right? All right, stick around, everybody. Hold on. Let's get to
Y'all wanted to do that.
let's get to the Sweet 16. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. Stick around.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. Only on the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the Mightier1090.com.
An ADU is accessory dwelling unit, and it's become one of the most popular solutions to housing in the United States. We constructed this to provide housing for my mother, who is elderly.
Well, I wanted to downsize. At my age, that's what I wanted to do. Eric engaged the services of Murray Lambert, a top building company.
This is an 825 square foot structure, but it actually looks more like 1,000 because of the spatial considerations. Micah was great. He took the ball and ran with it and came up with this really great combination.
It always appealed to me, high ceilings. It gives a sense of space, of openness, and I like that. Oh, I would give this experience a 10 for sure. Plus, 10 plus.
Hey, Hoop fans, it's Victor Howell here, host of the NCAA Tournament Special, Breaking Down the Madness. Each week during the tournament, we'll assemble a panel of regional experts that follow your local team all the way to the Final Four. Highlights, predictions, interviews, and much, much more as we break down the madness right here on Your View.
Breaking Down the Madness is brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. We make it easy.
Since 1975, San Diegans have trusted the Murray Lambert family for their home remodeling projects. We continue our commitment to deliver high-quality home remodeling and construction to our customers without an expensive showroom.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring value to your home, our team has the experience to handle everything. Plus, our strong relationships with the city makes adding on easier for homeowners.
Visit murraylambert.com for your consultation.
The #1 disease in the world, according to World Health Organization, is dental disease. For 25 years, we've had one of the most leading group dental practices in the country. Imagine you're a parent, you're a mom or a dad, and you have a 2-year-old that doesn't get any cavities, and you have a 12-year-old that has a soda habit and gets a ton of cavities. Well, how do you determine what oral care products to get? It's really mind-boggling that currently there does not exist an oral care product company that specializes for kids. So we thought this is a great opportunity to get into that space and revolutionize oral care for kids. We have every single product that every parent needs for every person in that family. It's very comprehensive. The next thing is we customize your oral care products. Someone who has a lot of gum disease probably requires different sets of oral care products that someone has a very, very healthy mouth. And it's also conveniently shipped to your home every 3 to 6 months. Make sure you go to supermouth.com and check out all the educational content. And of course, check out our profile builder to get the right products for every family member.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Listen to the Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com. We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew Show on the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Hey, Hoop fans, it's Victor Howell here, host of the NCAA Tournament Special, Breaking Down the Madness. Each week during the tournament, we'll assemble a panel of regional experts that follow your local team all the way to the Final Four. Highlights, predictions, interviews, and much, much more as we break down the madness right here on Your View.
Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and find your big fitness energy in a clean and spacious judgment-free zone. Deal in soon. See Home Club for details.
The number one disease in the world, according to World Health Organization, is dental disease. For 25 years, we've had one of the most leading group dental practices in the country. Imagine you're a parent, you're a mom or a dad, and you have a 2-year-old that doesn't get any cavities, and you have a 12-year-old that has a soda habit and gets a ton of cavities. Well, how do you determine what oral care products to get? It's really mind-boggling that currently there does not exist an oral care product company that specializes for kids. So we thought this is a great opportunity to get into that space and revolutionize oral care for kids. We have every single product that every parent needs for every person in that family. It's very comprehensive. The next thing is we customize your oral care products. Someone who has a lot of gum disease probably requires different sets of oral care products that someone has a very, very healthy mouth. And it's also conveniently shipped to your home every 3 to 6 months. Make sure you go to supermouth.com and check out all the educational content, and of course check out our profile builder to get the right products for every family member.
We're adopting dogs from local shelters, training them for post 9/11 combat veterans, and we're able to donate these trained dogs to deserving veterans in need. Service dogs can range anywhere from $15,000 to $35,000, $40,000. And for someone getting out of the military that's seeking support and help, having that sort of price tag is daunting. So we really wanted to be able to support the veterans to make sure that they're getting a dog that they need in their life at no charge.
I was in a very dark place. I was having suicidal thoughts, and I really needed an immediate help. We don't know if tomorrow is going to be there for us. So I found Shelter the Soldier online, and I reached out, and somebody contacted me within 24 hours. And in the next couple of weeks, I was already in the program meeting dogs.
Your View Community Spotlight is brought to you by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Flood.
An ADU is an accessory dwelling unit, and it's become one of the most popular solutions to housing in the United States. We constructed this to provide housing for my mother, who is elderly.
Well, I wanted to downsize. At my age, that's what I wanted to do. Eric engaged the services of Murray Lambert, a top building company.
This is an 825 square foot structure, but it actually looks more like 1,000 because of the spatial considerations. Micah was great. He took the ball and ran with it and came up with this really great combination.
It always appealed to me, high ceilings. It gives a sense of space, of openness, and I like that. Oh, I would give this experience a 10 for sure. Plus, 10 plus.
For many consumers, sleeping at night should be an easy experience. For many, it's not. There are a number of reasons for that. Most notably, those that suffer from acid reflux or heartburn. There are also many individuals dealing with various pains or ailments. MedCline is a sleep solution company with our goal to allow people to have a healthy and peaceful night's sleep. And we do that with our therapeutic side sleeping systems. Our patented, clinically studied MedCline relief systems are designed to place an adult in an elevated side sleeping position, which can help them reduce the symptoms or issues they're dealing with. MedCline systems are registered with the FDA, and as a medical product, MedCline systems are qualified for use with FSA and HSA funds. For anyone looking for more information, you can visit medcline.com/sleepbetter.
I was injured in a car crash. I had no idea how much my case was worth. I called the Barnes firm.
When a truck hit my son, I had so many questions about his case. I called the Barnes firm. It was the best call I could have made.
Your case is often worth more than insurance offers. Call the Barnes firm to find out what your case could be worth. We will help you get the best result possible.
The Barnes firm. Injury attorneys. Call 1-800-8-million.
Since 1975, San Diegans have trusted the Murray-Lampert family for their home remodeling projects. We continue our commitment to deliver high-quality home remodeling and construction to our customers without an expensive showroom.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring value to your home, our team has the experience to handle everything. Plus, our strong relationships with the city makes adding on easier for homeowners.
Visit murraylampert.com for your consultation.
Hey, Hoop fans, it's Victor Howell here, host of the NCAA Tournament Special, Breaking Down the Madness. Each week during the tournament, we'll assemble a panel of regional experts that follow your local team all the way to the Final Four. Highlights, predictions, interviews, and much, much more as we break down the madness right here on Your View.
Breaking Down the Madness on Your View is brought to you by Panda Express. Try the brand new sizzling shrimp today. Walk on.
An ADU is an accessory dwelling unit, and it's become one of the most popular solutions to housing in the United States. We constructed this to provide housing for my mother, who is elderly.
Well, I wanted to downsize. At my age, that's what I wanted to do. Eric engaged the services of Murray-Lampert, a top building company.
This is an 825 square foot structure, but it actually looks more like 1,000 because of the spatial considerations. Micah was great. He took the ball and ran with it and came up with this really great combination.
It always appealed to me, high ceilings. It gives a sense of space, of openness, and I like that. Oh, I would give this experience a 10 for sure. Plus, 10 plus.
Learn about the many health benefits of MedCline pillows, from easing shoulder pain, reflux relief, and just getting a great night of sleep. Watch Your Health only on Your View, Sundays at 4:30 p.m. Brought to you by MedCline. Sleep better, feel better, live better.
The #1 disease in the world, according to World Health Organization, is dental disease. For 25 years, we've had one of the most leading group dental practices in the country. Imagine you're a parent, you're a mom or a dad, and you have a 2-year-old that doesn't get any cavities, and you have a 12-year-old that has a soda habit and gets a ton of cavities. Well, how do you determine what oral care products to get? It's really mind-boggling that currently there does not exist an oral care product company that specializes for kids. So we thought this is a great opportunity to get into that space and revolutionize oral care for kids. We have every single product that every parent needs for every person in that family. It's very comprehensive. The next thing is we customize your oral care products. Someone who has a lot of gum disease probably requires different sets of oral care products that someone has a very, very healthy mouth. And it's also conveniently shipped to your home every 3 to 6 months. Make sure you go to supermouth.com and check out all the educational content, and of course check out our profile builder to get the right products for every family member.
Hey, Hoop fans, it's Victor Howell here, host of the NCAA Tournament Special, Breaking Down the Madness. Each week during the tournament, we'll assemble a panel of regional experts that follow your local team all the way to the Final Four. Highlights, predictions, interviews, and much, much more as we break down the madness right here on Your View.
Breaking Down the Madness is brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. We make it easy.
Welcome back. This This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew Show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
Right, great friends. Hey, what's happening? Today is Thursday. It is March 23rd. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. We are in the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. Hey, by the way, 7 Mile Casino has Sammy's Restaurant and Bar inside. That's Sammy's Wood Fire Pizza outside. They were just named the #1 brunch in South County, San Diego by San Diego Magazine. Dude, check them out this Saturday, this Sunday. Make your plans for brunch at Sammy's Restaurant and Bar inside 7 Mile Casino. You get done with brunch, you go play blackjack or poker. If you have any problems with gambling, you call 1-800-GAMBLER, but good luck. You're a winner both at Sammy's inside 7 Mile. Do it, man. Okay. Grande, Brown Man, let's try and get into a bunch of stuff here in this segment. 1, Sweet 16 action. 2, controversial football situation in college here in San Diego, which would never be on my radar if it wasn't for what the coach had to say, and I'll get there in a second. And Alex, did I hear that the Forbes list just dropped? They just dropped that junt?
Yes.
And the Forbes list is for the most valuable sports franchises. Is that right?
The most valuable MLB franchises.
Oh, MLB.
Yes. Top 5.
Okay,
So they
MLB.
released the values, the top 5 profits, and the top 5 losses.
Gotcha. My boy Dr. Zimmer calls me MLB. I think I've told you guys what MLB stands for, right?
Drawing a blank.
No, doesn't ring a bell to you?
It does
My
not.
boy Dr. Zimmer calls me and he's like, MLB, what's going on? And I said, what's MLB? Like Major League Baseball? And he said, no, my little biatch.
Oh, that's great.
Okay.
That's great.
Yeah. Like if I ever text you guys, what's up, MLB?
Now we know what you're talking
What's
about.
up, my little biatch?
Yeah, let's not do that.
But no, is that no good? Browner, you
enough
look
for
so
me.
different with your naked lip.
It's the same.
Nah, looks very different.
How so?
Looks like you've been trying to grow that mustache for a few weeks.
Nah, fam. Mm-mm.
We'll see. We'll see.
I'm
by
glad
Monday.
it's gone. I'm glad it's gone.
We'll see by Monday, fam. All right, Alex, let's set up the Sweet 16. Let's take a look at the brackets because we've got games happening today, and I want to kind of go through the schedule as to what games are happening at what time because games are happening while we're on the air. So I want to make sure we're kind of all caught up to speed as to what time, who's playing when. The game that I'm going to focus on today, I can tell you this right now, is going to be the late game, Gonzaga and UCLA. I don't know if anybody remembers, and Alex, I don't know if you remember what year it was, but dude, the Gus Johnson call with, I think it was Lenny Elmore. Farmar, last chance to dance. Oh, UCLA. What a game. What a game. UCLA. That I see Adam Morrison from Gonzaga like sitting on the floor crying, I think before the clock even hit triple zeros. I don't know if anybody remembers what year that was. I don't remember the game as much as I remember Gus Johnson's call. We played that on the radio a billion times, don't you think, Grande?
Oh, so many times we played it. I think interesting fact, I believe that Jordan Farmar and Adam Morrison won a ring together with the Lakers.
No way.
I know they were both Lakers.
Of those guys? Yeah. Were they both on a Kobe Powell championship team?
I believe so.
Dude, you gotta look that up. So Michigan State, Kansas State happening while we're on the air. Arkansas, UConn just underway. This evening at 6 p.m., Florida Atlantic against Tennessee. I will be watching that game, and I will be rooting for Florida Atlantic in that game. Don't know anything about Florida Atlantic's coach or any of their players. All I do know is they're in Boca Raton, darling. They're right down the street from my mother's clubhouse.
I thought I'd actually
Florida...
like to retract my previous statement.
Yeah, and?
Jordan Farmar and Adam Morrison did not win a ring with the Lakers.
Okay.
They won
on
two
the Lakers together?
with the Lakers.
No way.
Yeah.
Come on, you're kidding.
I knew they
Wow.
were the team. I knew that they won one, but they were both part of the 2009 team that beat the Magic and the 2010 team that beat the Celtics.
Wow, that is really, really
and if
funny.
I look it up, I would probably tell you that Adam Morrison played 0 minutes for both of those rings in the playoffs. If I had to go back.
Wow. So then what year was that UCLA Gonzaga game where Gus Johnson and Lenny Elmore lost it? What a game! What a game! Unbelievable.
2006.
UCLA. Wow, 2006.
2006.
And
Last chance to
UCLA,
dance.
right. Last chance to dance.
Yeah.
I wish we could play that. Could we play that or could we not play that?
I
Will we
have
get taken down
to.
by YouTube?
No, I just got to find it, download it, upload it.
Yeah, it's definitely there somewhere, right?
Yeah.
You know?
I'm looking
I
at
mean,
it
I've
now.
you are?
Yeah.
So tonight, UCLA and Gonzaga. Now, if I go back to 2006, that's like an all-time great game. Not that I have like this, photographic memory, and I just remember the call. Then they played, I want to say 2 years ago, where UCLA had to play their way into the tournament. They were an 11 seed. They played in, and I don't remember. Did Gonzaga knock them out in the Final Four? Does that sound familiar to you guys? Or anyway, okay.
Oh yeah,
Look,
I
I'm
don't
I'm
know.
clearly no historian, right?
Neither am I.
But Gonzaga and UCLA has become a kind of a bit of an NCAA tournament, West Coast Pac-12 versus West Coast Conference, legendary historic brand like UCLA versus more like the newer up-and-comer types in Gonzaga, call it the last 15 years or so. So number 3 Gonzaga against number 2 UCLA, and that's the late game tonight. And that's one I got my eyes on. So
And also,
definitely
I know
interested
that
in that.
in the NCAA tournament, it never really matters where these games are played, right? No one ever remembers where the games are played because it's always in random cities. But I feel like it being in Las Vegas makes it even bigger because the fan bases should be in full effect in Las Vegas for both teams. I think it's going to be a great
Yeah.
atmosphere tonight. Very jealous
Yeah.
of Lawhead, who I think is going.
Oh, really?
I think he's going to try and go
That's what he
before he
said,
has
if
to
I remember
open up.
correctly.
Yeah.
The thing is also UCLA has had a lot of like bad luck in Vegas. If you go back and you look at some of the history of Pac-12 championship games in the last probably 7 to 10 years or so, UCLA has not fared well playing in Las Vegas. So I know that's not really like relevant to this team, but there is just a little bit of history to suggest that UCLA has struggled in Las Vegas in multiple venues. So I'm interested in these games tonight. Florida Atlantic to me is super interesting because they're this little school in Boca Raton that didn't have football or basketball like literally 15 years ago. Now they've got a D1 football team that plays in bowl games and a basketball team that's made it to the Sweet 16. I think that's pretty cool. Gonzaga, UCLA, obviously the local connection to the West Coast Conference and the Pac-12. So I'm watching those. But really tomorrow, let's get into what's going to happen tomorrow because this game tomorrow in Louisville between San Diego State and Alabama, this game tips off while we're on the air at 3:30 tomorrow afternoon. So I don't know what your Friday is like, but I know that's what I'm going to be watching.
Oh yeah.
Alex, you got plans as to where you're watching this game tomorrow?
I don't. I don't yet. For these types of events with San Diego State, I have very bad luck when I go places to watch them. What do I mean? They're 0-2 when I've gone places to watch them somewhere for the Sweet 16. So I might just sit here in my house and bury my head in a pillow and see what happens, dude.
If they win, and if they
Then I'll go out.
will you not? No. I'm saying
Then I'll
next,
go out.
if they win Friday on Sunday,
Yeah.
will you then not go out again?
If
'Cause
I'm
what
at
if
home,
what if the magic is you sitting at home? You can't be around anyone else. You
yeah.
have to sit at home.
No, yeah. You don't break. I'm wearing whatever I wear today. I wear Sunday. If they win on Sunday, I wear for the Final Four. I'm not showering for 2 weeks. That's the way it works, Browner.
Let's let's look at the bracket because here's what San Diego State faces. They face the number 1 team in the tournament coming in. Not just a number 1 seed, they're the number 1 overall team in the tournament. San Diego State's a 5 seed. Alabama's a 1. Most people have Alabama now cruising past San Diego State and essentially right into the Final Four. Alabama's a 7.5 point favorite.
It was a 7 yesterday, 7.5 today again.
And what is the injury situation on their best player for Alabama?
He was not allowed to practice Monday.
Mhm.
Precaution. Held him back Tuesday. Very, very cautious with him Wednesday. He has a groin injury. He played 0 points in the first round, and then had a a very terrible shooting game in the second round, but still scored a decent amount of points because he took like 20 shots. But I believe he was like 5 of 18 or something like that. So that's the situation with him.
Okay, now put up the round of 16, the brackets, and let's see what San Diego State has to do here. So Alabama versus San Diego State, Creighton versus Princeton. For me, the dream matchup is San Diego State beats Alabama and San Diego State plays Princeton in the next round. I've told you about the kid here from San Diego who's like 23 years old, I think. His name is Ryan Langborg from La Jolla Country Day High School, who I was around this kid in Little League when he was about 11, 12 years old. So I love to see kids grow up and have these kinds of opportunities. Alex, I suppose if you're a San Diego State fan, you probably want Creighton more than you want Princeton.
Don't care. Want to beat Alabama.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
San Diego State beats Alabama. If San Diego State beats Alabama, they have like the really real chance to finally get to the Final Four.
I'm going to say something.
Yeah. Oh.
This is a huge if, and I'm getting incredibly ahead of myself. But if San Diego State beats Alabama on Friday, there is no reason they can't win this whole thing. Don't even talk about just Final Four. Like, the whole thing.
This is exactly what I said yesterday and the day before that and Monday when we came back. Yes, absolutely. If they beat Alabama, which is the overall number one seed, if they're not, they're like number 2 and one of the best teams in the country all year. Outside of Alabama, who has the one NBA player that now seems to be hurt, so you might be in good position with that. They match up well against everybody. And nobody plays defense like them. No one else in the country. No one else. No, if they beat Alabama, watch how people on television start talking about San Diego State's defense. Watch.
I'm not concerned about how they match up with Alabama defensively. My concern is always on the offensive side. Can they score enough to make that defense matter? They did on Saturday pretty easily, but we saw what happens when they play Charleston. If the offense ain't clicking, they don't look very good, and they're not being called a contender to beat Alabama. They're like, well, I don't know, man. What is this team? It's all dependent on the offense.
In the tournament, if you cannot defend, your scoring could turn out to be irrelevant down the line, because if the other team is constantly scoring and you can't get stops, the reason why they were able to survive that first game, because they got stops and they settled in. The reason why they won that second game so easily, because they got stops and they scored. If they score and they get stops, they will easily beat Alabama, because I don't think Alabama can get the consecutive amount of stops that San Diego State can get if San Diego State doesn't shoot itself in the foot by, missing easy layups.
Dream matchup, though. I mean, just based on where we are in all of this.
Oh, great.
Talking about,
great.
I want UCLA to win tonight. I want San Diego State to win tomorrow. I want San Diego State to get to the Final Four. I want UCLA to get to the Final Four. Let's say San Diego State winds up finding themselves playing like a Michigan State or a Kansas State, whatever, and UCLA finds themselves playing like a Houston or a Texas or somebody like that. I mean, come on. Dream matchup of all time.
You guys are dreaming big.
San Diego State versus UCLA for the national championship. Let's dream big, man.
You guys are dreaming very big. Very, very big.
How crazy would that be?
My dream is beat Alabama. Because at this moment in time, as we sit here today on March 23rd, 2023, Fairleigh Dickinson University has a more memorable moment in the tournament than San Diego State does. We need we need a moment. We need a game. We need something like that you could be proud to be like, yeah, I remember. Like, I ain't never gonna brag about being Charleston. I'm never gonna brag about being Furman. But if we beat Alabama, #1 overall team.
I don't think that moment's going to be against Alabama. I don't. I think the moment's going to come. If you beat Alabama, the actual moment will come after that. Because listen, I'm starting to really believe that they're going to beat Alabama.
That concerns me significantly.
I'm not Charles Barkley.
Scott, here you go. Flashback.
Yeah, what do you got?
2006.
Guy that you might think of fouling is Jeremy Pargo at 69%. They throw it to Morrison. He holds on. You don't want to foul Morrison. You make him get it over half court. You know you got to foul.
And a steal!
Farmer inside the freshman. Romeo, last chance to dance. Unbelievable. Oh, what a game. Unbelievable. What a game. UCLA.
Yeah, I'm getting goosebumps.
I remember that, dude.
But I don't even understand why. I don't even understand why the audio is not as clear as it used to be. Like on when we used to play that, it was crystal clear. I don't know why I can't understand. It's like the crowd noise is too loud.
First one I heard. First one I got.
I know. And then what's the weird deal with all of a sudden there's a picture of my daughter at a Mazda dealership in the corner of the
still
screen?
have the
What
picture
happened?
from Mazda for Penske San
Well-
Diego.
It's so
Yes.
funny that you put that up there. Listen, it's so funny you put that up there because it'll give me a second to mention PenskeSanDiego.com. But Alan, the general manager at Mazda of Escondido, which is a Penske dealership, Alex, if you put that back up on the screen, my daughter, who's got the black Mazda right there in the front, we had a little bit of a fender bender back, and I never dealt with the insurance. So now, like the back like the glass around the light is busted, and I got to go see Alan and get the part replaced. So there we are with all of our Mazdas. Penske San Diego, PenskeSanDiego.com. 12 dealers, 9 brands, 1,000 cars, and make it fast and easy by going to PenskeSanDiego.com. That's very funny. All right. I did mention that since we were talking Sweet 16, want to remind everybody, I'm going to do it all show long. Make sure you're voting on the Brown Facts Bracket Challenge 2023. We just showed you the round of 16 with San Diego State versus Alabama and Gonzaga versus UCLA. The Sweet 16 of the Brown Facts Hot Takes 2023. Voting is open, but it closes at midnight tonight. So by tomorrow, we will have gone from 8 to 4. We will be in our final 4 starting tomorrow. So make sure you vote by going to our website, kaplanandcrew.com. Scroll down. You'll see the cited poll of the day, and make sure you get involved in the voting for all of these different phrases. We'll see which one we're going to have Browner give up. All right, fellas. Bunch of other stuff I said I wanted to get to. Alex, you mentioned that Forbes dropped today their list of the how Major League Baseball franchises are valued. I think most of us can probably figure that the New York Yankees are probably the most valuable franchise. Be a guess, but probably right up top there. I'd have to put the Mets in that category too, and the Dodgers there as well. I'm going to be curious to hear where the Padres land in all of this. So tell us what the Forbes list says.
The Forbes list. Well, let me go. How about I just go top 5 for you?
Okay.
Number 1, by a significant margin, by the way, the New York Yankees at $7.1 billion, followed by the LA Dodgers at 4.8, the Boston Red Sox 4.5, the Chicago Cubs 4.1, and the San Francisco Giants 3.7. So 2 NL West teams in there. When I get to the Padres, you scroll down past the ads and you get to number 17. No, by the way, Forbes.
Fix the logo.
Come on, man. It's been like 3 years, dude. Fix the logo.
Really?
What are you doing?
Jesus.
Get the old blue and white San Diego logo.
Padres, number 17, $1.75 billion. Did increase by 11% over last year. Here is where you don't want to be, I guess. Operating income. Padres are second at minus $55 million.
Well,
Behind
that's all the
minus
salaries.
138. Well, the salaries and lack of a TV deal.
Yeah. But you know what? If you go back to their valuation, Forbes says the Padres are worth $1.7 billion, and they're number 17 in terms of total value, like in the way the Forbes list it has it. Let me tell you something. Remember earlier in the show we were talking about John Moores going into the Padres Hall of Fame? John Moores sold the team for $400 million. He got the team back. He then sold it for $800 million. He sold this team for $800 million in 2012. 10 years later, $800 million is $1.7 billion. This thing has more than doubled in 10 years. If you had a $10 million investment in the Padres in 2012, you now have $21 million worth of equity in that organization. So listen, if the Padres were for sale tomorrow, I got news for you. If the Phoenix Suns just sold for $4 billion, the Padres could sell for $4 billion.
Tomorrow?
Yeah. Listen,
Probably.
just wait, just so you know, go back to the list for a second. Go back to the list of how they're ranked in terms of their value, because we kind of glossed over it. But the first 5 were the Yankees and the Dodgers and the Red
Traditional,
Sox
yeah.
and the Giants. And I'm trying to remember
Cubs.
and the Cubs. But just scroll down. Number 6 is the Mets. Number 7 is the Angels. The Angels are the 7th highest valued franchise in baseball. And Artie Moreno, who was trying to sell the team, chose not to sell the team because when he saw the Phoenix Suns were sold for $4 billion, he wanted a 4 as the number 1 number position for the Angels, and no one offered him $4 billion. So Artie Moreno said, well, I'm not selling it. But I mean, I think the Padres would sell for more than the Angels right now.
I mean, you would think, yeah, better stadium, better team. It just depends on
longer term contracts.
Right. It depends on what the owner wants from the team coming in, because some of them want the books flat. They don't want any. They want to buy it lower, so they want the roster cleaned off. That's what happened with the Washington Nationals and why Soto didn't want to play there, because they cleaned out everybody because they didn't want any salary on the books.
Yeah, interesting. It's interesting. The Padres, number 17 in terms of value, but number 2 in terms of operating. Was it losses or just income as a general number? But hey, stick around. Got a lot more to get to, including a ton of NFL news and a major college football controversy with a small school. We'll get to it. It's local. Stick around.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Locally owned and operated, not some bland, uninspired, corporate, cookie-cutter radio station crap. We simply say to those stations, Q. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Murray Lampert now brings architectural and interior design to a whole new level for your remodel, ADU, or whole house build.
We're truly a team at Murray Lampert Design, Build, Remodel, and we don't take that lightly.
Visit murraylampert.com.
This is a huge wall. I'm sure it presented some challenges.
You're right, Sarah. And what it was in the model we noticed there was too much wood. This was supposed to be clad. And with the beautiful stairs and railings, we realized that we need to come up with a different finish. So we used these reglets that are metal with the drywall, and it gave it this grid look that also matches up with the beams.
Wow, that came out beautiful. If you want to see how they conquered more design challenges, check out Our Family, Your Home.
I was injured in a car crash. I had no idea how much my case was worth. I called the Barnes firm.
When the truck hit my son, I had so many questions about his case. I called the Barnes firm. It was the best call I could have made.
Your case is often worth more than insurance offers. Call the Barnes firm to find out what your case could be worth. We will help you get the best result possible.
The Barnes Firm. Injury attorneys. Call 1-800-8-million.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to your home, our experience plus our strong relationship with the city makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
At Murray Lampert, we listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com.
If you're going to count yourself as a fan of this radio station, you'll need to continuously ask yourself one basic question. Am I listening enough? Pro tip, wives are not a good source for input on this. This is the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to your home, our experience plus our strong relationship with the city makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
At Murray Lampert, we listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com.
For many consumers, sleeping at night should be an easy experience. For many, it's not. There are a number of reasons for that, most notably those that suffer from acid reflux or heartburn. There are also many individuals dealing with various pains or ailments. MedCline is a sleep solution company with our goal to allow people to have a healthy and peaceful night's sleep. And we do that with our therapeutic side sleeping systems. Our patented, clinically studied MedCline relief systems are designed to place an adult in an elevated side sleeping position, which can help them reduce the symptoms or issues they're dealing with. MedCline systems are registered with the FDA, and as a medical product, MedCline systems are qualified for use with FSA and HSA funds. For anyone looking for more information, you can visit medcline.com/sleepbetter.
Welcome
Welcome to the Super Dentists, where kids are the center of our universe. Serving San Diego for over 25 years, the Super Dentists offer the newest dental technologies to provide safe and comfortable treatments for the entire family. We've reimagined the entire dental experience by creating a fun and engaging atmosphere featuring our heroic dentists and award-winning super crew. Book your appointment now. Extended hours and Saturday appointments available. Call or text 855-GO-SUPER or visit thesuperdentist.com.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.